An unknown coworker has been stealing my food for months, so I added laxatives to expose them. For the past 3 months, someone at my job has been consistently stealing my food that I bring from home so I don't have to use the snack machine or walk across the street to McDonald's like the majority of my coworkers do. By the way, this comes from user NRG on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, July. In the first month, I noticed someone had been gradually taking some of my food. 1 out of 3 slices of pizza, gone. 20% of my soup, gone. Cheetos bag, completely gone, etc. I didn't think much of it and simply decided to now attach a please don't touch paper sign on my stuff. August. In the second month, at the start of the month, my food became untouched, but progressively went back to the usual. September. At the beginning of the third month, I asked coworkers if they had taken or knew who was taking my food, and no one had a clue. Which is kind of believable, as most of us take our lunches separately. I decided to eat McDonald's or go to 7-Eleven and stop bringing food, but then it started effing with my financial stability. 10 days a paycheck, 14-day paycheck, consistently buying food. October 3rd, Thursday. I decided to take matters into my own hands. Last week, my friend told me about an Instagram reel that she saw where a girl put laxative into her own food to see who was the culprit. And that's exactly what I did today. What I wasn't expecting was for the girl, late 20s, to have an allergic reaction to an ingredient and ended up going to the hospital. You got caught.
I don't know about laxatives. I'm not a fan. Spicy food? You can do spicy food.
Okay.
Laxatives? Because I saw a video of this guy that didn't want trespassers on his land and people that were stealing like his forerunners and stuff, so he put a bear trap down. You can't do that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, he said, I'm going to put this bear trap down. And then he like explained the process. And then at the end of the video, he's like, actually, this is illegal. You can't do that. It was like a good like,
oh, just like,
it's like a education thing. Like he was like,
you can
I'm
do
going
all
to
of
do
this.
And then at the end,
And
he's
you
like,
stayed until the end?
actually, you can't do this. This is illegal. And this is a good education video for that.
I feel like he should put that at the very beginning of the video first.
Well, it was for engagement. It was people were going to be like, you can't do that. And then he'd be like, did you watch the end of the video? Anyways, that's what this feels like.
After work, all of us went to visit her in the hospital where we all talked about what happened and admitting to putting laxative into my own food. 6 out of the 8 coworkers, all girls, were disgusted by my actions and were on her side. One girl's whatever about it, and the last guy said she shouldn't have been touching my food to begin with. I told the girl that I hope she gets better and went home, but I didn't apologize for what I did, and I'm not going to. October 4th, this is the next day. Today, day off, I received a phone call from our supervisor, who I spoke to about my issue between after the first month, and told me she can't help me there because she's not our mom, and essentially told me I had to apologize to her or else I wouldn't be able to come back to work until I do. And I'm assuming if I take too many days off, I'd just be fired for not coming to work. Update number 1. I just received a text from my supervisor telling me the coworker doesn't need to apologize, and it's up to her discretion if she chooses to apologize or not for stealing my food. I hate this.
Yeah, I do not agree with setting traps. I agree with the spicy trap, but not the laxative trap.
No.
They shouldn't have been doing this anyways. If you were anticipating someone to do this.
It's like saying, oh, someone keeps stealing my car and takes it for personal use and they return it, like, and I'm paying for all the gas. And then, oh, they got in an accident in my car and it's my fault. I didn't even let them drive the car.
But like you took the brakes out of your car. That's it. You're harming them. Like you're intentionally putting them up for failure.
Again, OP was like, who's eating my food? And no one coughed up. Update number 2. I'm a male. For those who keep referring to me as she, even though I never mentioned my gender, lol. Update 3. The male coworker who was on my side told me the girl is going to take legal action for attempting to off her. He overheard the girls talking today at work. Update number 4. Many of you, OP is the a-hole, voters are forgetting the fact that my please do not touch sign never left. Even though it stopped working eventually, I still kept it there. So when she took my laxative food from my plastic bag, the sign please do not touch my food was still on it. Update number 5. My supervisor is HR. There's no one else in the HR department. Update number 6. It was pretty late last night, 4 a.m., and was talking to family members to see what my options are, whether I should apologize and stay at my job or leave, but F that. I'm not apologizing. You think they would know, like if they opened it, they would see the ingredients or like if it was like that obvious. I want to know what she was allergic to.
Yeah. How is it, Brittany Iceland, how is this legal action? It's his food. He can put whatever he wants in his food. You have allergies, don't touch other people's stuff.
Yeah. And here's a little more info about my work to give more insight. I work at a senior facility where I work as a medicine technician.
Oh no.
My coworkers are nurses, caretakers, and front desk. The girl who stole my food is front desk. We have an obsolete no food or drinks rule outside the break room that's pretty small. We can't use the kitchen to store our food due to fear of cross-contamination. I sorta have a desk to put my stuff, but like I said, there's a rule and the HR/supervisor is pretty strict on that. The supervisor called me about an hour ago telling me she's with the girl in the hospital and now it's my time to apologize, or I can come in person to do it. And I said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. She kept insisting, but in a tone where I was 100% at fault, not her, who has been stealing my food for 2.5 months straight. Number 7. Have been reading some more comments with a lot of questions, so I'll answer them here so everyone can see. 1. She's not poor. She drives a 2020, at least, Lexus SUV LMAO. 2. My supervisor is HR. Our other manager works from home and only comes home once or twice a week to meet with the elderly's families. Yes, I could have spoken to him, but knowing him, as he's not around much, would tell me to reach out to the HR lady as she's a higher position than him. 3. I live in South California, but not LA.
San Diego. Or Orange County.
4. Doctors said the allergic reaction might have been the laxative or my food, which was chicken noodle soup that I made from scratch at home the morning of. They're still running tests.
Okay, time out. You made chicken noodle soup the morning of and put laxative in it? Why not just like have a can? That doesn't make sense.
He's a cook. It's his food.
But still, like, I'm gonna make chicken noodle soup and then put laxatives in it.
Okay.
I would have got Campbell's and put laxatives in it.
Okay.
I would go that far.
Maybe he doesn't like Campbell's.
He's not gonna eat it.
It's his food. He can do whatever he wants.
He's not gonna eat it. He put laxatives in it. Why did he waste his time putting laxatives in food that he's gonna make? What the heck?
I think you're just.
Come on.
I feel like you like taking people's food.
No, I don't like taking people's food. I'm just saying, why would you take the time? Okay, here we go. Okay, if I'm gonna put laxatives in something, I'm gonna buy, like, for breakfast, I'm gonna buy like a Chick-fil-A burrito. I'm not gonna go make a burrito and then put laxatives in it.
Maybe he was just making one batch of soup, like one bowl.
I hope so.
Yeah, that could. Maybe he's just making.
If he didn't make a batch of soup, I'm pissed.
Yeah. 5. She didn't go to the hospital because she was crapping herself senseless from the laxative. She went because she complained of a huge stomach ache and rash line from below her belly button to between her rib cage. 6. Shifts between employees and sometimes managers always align for those saying how we could all go to the hospital. You either work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., or 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Update number 8. One of my coworkers is now in the hospital for the same conditions. Big stomach ache and rash line down the stomach lining.
More than one person.
Doctors are now certain it wasn't the laxative as she didn't eat my soup compared to the first girl.
Interesting. So it's not his fault.
Not his fault.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. That's coincidental. What if someone else in the office?
There's 2. It's like
there's
Scream.
2 people. And the guy that was like, you shouldn't have stole your food. It's been happening to him too.
We're going to find out. Update number 9. Someone from home office, HQ, is being sent down tomorrow morning to figure out what's going on as our HR has a huge crap stain on her hands. Doctors are running tests for the second girl and trying to figure out why 2 coworkers are having the same issues. They've, HR, doctors, and male coworker now ruled out my soup as the cause of all of this.
Okay, he's out.
It's Ebola?
He's out. It's Ebola, not lunch. It's an STD.
Ooh. Update number 10. Both girls are now under quarantine and no one is allowed to visit them until the hospital clears that they're not contagious. I'm required to report to work tomorrow for a meeting between myself, HR, some of my coworkers, and the home office rep. Update number 11. The home office rep called me to inform me that I'm formally being sued tomorrow by the first girl.
What? Your soup's ruled out. You know what? Go ahead and sue, and then countersue for mental exhaustion.
Yeah. That I'm formally being sued tomorrow by the first girl and her husband, although she's unsure what I'm being sued for.
Oh, that's hilarious. The lawyer's really gonna have a good take with that.
We want to sue him. Why?
I don't know. Seems about right.
Update number 12. Just answering some more questions about the whole situation. I contacted a family lawyer this morning, but he's currently out of town until Monday morning, so I'll be speaking to him soon. I told him the gist of what's happening, including being sued for unknown reasons, until I'm served my papers. Both girls are fine. Light diarrhea, and the rash seems to be going away from after giving them Benadryl, Pepto, and vitamins through an IV. Some people think they're on their deathbeds, although it's quite the opposite, lol. From what my male coworker has told me, I wasn't the only victim of getting their food stolen by this girl. The only difference is I'm the only one calling her out on it. October 5th, Saturday. This is like 3 days. This is a long 3 days.
He's about to get fired, I think. I think he's going to get fired.
I would sue. If I got fired, I would sue. Because what did he do? Nothing. Update number 13. Finished my meeting with my supervisors and coworkers. The HR lady is now under investigation and has been put under temporary leave.
What? Wait. Wait.
The first girl will be fired by the end of the day, although I'm still being supposedly sued, and we're still trying to figure out how they got sick.
HR guy did it. HR lady did something.
I think HR lady is just in it with the girl. We're trying to talk to the second girl on what could have happened, but she doesn't want to say anything. Update number 14. Not long after my last update, the first girl's husband was sent to the hospital in quarantine for the same symptoms as the other two. The doctors are 90% sure that whatever is causing this is transferable by bodily fluids. You think?
Yeah.
It makes sense for the husband to be sick in this case, but we have no idea how the second girl is sick. All three are now under quarantine. HR has been fired. First girl has been fired. HR lady is going to sue the company for psychological trauma and distress, according to my coworkers, lol. Update number 15. I'm currently at work for the time being, and home office rep is in charge. For those dumb enough to ask and question how we know all this, the doctors are keeping me and the home office rep informed, as I'm still considered the starting root cause of all this. On top of that, the first girl is still gossiping to my coworkers. Do phones not exist now? LOL. Side note, I have yet to be served any papers. I've never been sued before, so I'm not sure how long this takes or if the girl has even started the process. HR only gave me a heads up yesterday that she's going to, not that she already has. Saturday night, update number 16. All right, this has been a long 2 days for me, and this might be the last update, at least for now until this whole thing blows over. I've been trying to make sense of everything that has happened lately, but now I don't know where to begin, so I'll try my best. As I said earlier, the HR lady was being investigated, and during the investigation, they found out she had the same symptom 3 weeks ago and quietly checked herself into a hospital, but is now almost fully recovered. I don't think she quarantined, as she hasn't missed work since her last vacation earlier this year. Apart from that, she also confessed to having spicy sleep relationships with both girls in the hospital for the past 2 months. So we both called it.
We both called it.
And both girls having no idea of the other's spicy relationship with HR. The home office rep believes the husband got sick via the wife, as he's never stepped foot into the facility and has never met any of his wife's coworkers or supervisor.
Oh my gosh.
The HR lady has been arrested for knowingly spreading an infectious disease without the knowledge of the other person twice. The hospital will be contacted by the company to inform them of this incident and see what medications/treatment she was given. As HR goes to a fancier hospital and what they are dealing with. HR has possibly dropped legal action unless they were empty threats from the beginning. Monday morning, I'll be talking to my lawyer to sue the wife and the rest of the 6 women for emotional distress and lying, as it seems none of this was my fault to begin with. And I'm still not going to apologize for anything. I've been standing my ground since day 1, as you should, OP. Good for you. I think I'll do one more update once everyone is cleared from the hospital and everything's back to normal.
Woo!
October 6th, Monday night. Update number 17, the finale, the final update.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, someone that knows me or what's going on at the company that I work for finally saw my post and sent it to home office.
No.
Resulting in them firing me, as California is an at-will employee state.
No, you messed up.
You done messed up, Aaron. After talking things over with my lawyer and the company themselves, I could have sued them and the girls for all the chaos that's transpired, and they would have countersued. Basically, their reputation, as I haven't revealed their employer, versus me being in a debt, as I don't have the funds to go against the entire company or the time, so I decided to let it go.
Dude, come on. You could have cashed out.
No, that's a big
Yeah.
That's a David versus Goliath kind of thing. I was going to start looking for a new job anyways once this crap show, literally, was over. As for everyone else, both girls and the husband have now been released from the hospital but are advised to stay home. The infection was found out to be viral gastroenteritis, or something very close to it, which would explain the stomach aches, diarrhea, fever, and it being highly contagious.
Yeah.
But not the rash, and why it took so long for them to get sick. The HR lady was never arrested, as I originally assumed, but was questioned and at some point called the wife to tell her that she confessed everything, including that she was seeing the second girl behind her back, but she loved her, the wife, and wanted to be with her. The wife told her it was over and that she's with her husband, as the husband was right next to her at the time of the call. Unfortunately for her, the husband is going forward with the divorce, and in the meantime, has kicked out the wife from their home.
LFG.
The wife had a huge nervous breakdown, started throwing crap around the house, and admitted to not only having a spicy relationship with HR, but the second girl from the hospital without HR or anybody's knowledge for the past year.
This is messy.
Which is hard to believe, and she might just be saying crap to get the last laugh. Nevertheless, the wife is now staying with a relative an hour away to figure things out and calm down. The husband, myself, and the male ex-coworker are currently at the husband's house helping clean the mess she made. Packing up the wife's belongings and sharing each other's side of the stories, as we might be all sick already anyways.
Got it.
We've been here for the past 10 hours laughing our butts off and drinking margaritas.
Beautiful.
I showed them my Reddit post, as it doesn't matter anymore now that I'm fired. Come to find out, the husband's a pretty chill guy. Unlike his crazy soon-to-be ex-wife, food-stealing ex-wife. He offered me his place to stay for free if I have a hard time finding a decent job, and lent me the Lexus his wife was using, as I've been taking Uber for a while after my car broke down a year ago, and haven't been able to save up from how expensive Uber is.
Dude.
Do you think this is real?
I don't know, man.
Everything sounded real until the end here, where it's like,
no,
everyone's together, everyone's cool.
I think it's real. I think it's real.
Okay.
But dude, he lucked out though.
Oh yeah.
He lucked out big.
This is why I was packing my lunches. And you can pack your lunches and eat it with us because we're live 3 p.m. PST every day. So have lunch with us and just tap our profile. I'm going to start looking for a new job tomorrow and hopefully put this whole mess behind me. This weekend, me and the boys are planning to get drinks and watch some football at our local sports bar if we're all in good health. Thank you to all who supported me and rode this wild, bat crap crazy roller coaster with me. Thank you, OP. That was a wild one.
That was beautiful. I like that a lot.